Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here are my predictions for the start of the new championship season. Tonight's match, Huddersfield versus Burnley. Well, of course, last season Huddersfield finished in the playoffs, and they got to the playoff final where they were lost to Nottingham Forest. Can they go one better this season? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I'm going to predict that Huddersfield will finish in the playoffs again. And of course, they'll be playing Burnley, who were relegated from the Premiership. And of course, are tipped by everybody to finish in the playoffs. Well, anyway, here is my prediction for tonight's match. I'm going to go for a draw. Huddersfield 1, Burnley 1, being this the first match of the season. Blackburn Rovers versus Queen's Park Rangers. Well, these two were in the playoffs for most of last season. Of course, they fell away towards the end. I can't see them finishing in the playoffs again, but you never know. Being the championship is unpredictable. Anyway, I'm going to go for Blackburn 1, Queen's Park Rangers 2. Blackpool versus Reading. Of course, if Blackpool had a good season last season, whether they'll be able to repeat it again this season, I don't know. I predicted that they'll be one of the teams to struggle last season, and they proved me wrong. As for Reading, I'm going to tip them to be relegated, I think. I think they'll be in League One next year, next May. Anyway, I'm going to go for Blackpool 3, Reading 0. Cardiff versus Norwich. Cardiff for most of last season were in the bottom half, struggling. And of course, Norwich were in the Premiership, and of course they were relegated. And everybody's favourites to go up. I really hope that somebody else comes up next season and wins the championship. As for Cardiff, I think they'll struggle. Anyway, I'm going to go for Cardiff 0, Norwich 1. Hull City versus Bristol City. This one, I'm going to go for a draw. Of course, Hull were at the top of the championship the start of last season, but they faded away and they finished in the bottom half of the table. Also, Bristol City had a iffy season. Anyway, this one, I'm going to go for a draw. Hull 1, Bristol City 1. Luton versus Birmingham City. In this one, I'm going to go for Luton to win. Of course, Luton surprised everybody last season by finishing in the playoffs. Somehow, I can't see them finishing there again this season, but you never know. They might repeat what they did last season. And as for Birmingham, I think Birmingham will struggle next season. They're in all sorts of mess at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go for Luton 3, Birmingham City 0. Millwall versus Stoke City. Now, wouldn't be surprised if Millwall don't finish in the playoffs. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, because everybody seems to be predicting that they will. And Stoke, who had a bit of an iffy season last season, have just bought Dwight Gale. He will score goals for them. I wouldn't be surprised if Stoke don't finish in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised. His goals will probably get them to finish in the playoffs. Anyway, I'm going to go for Millwall 2, Stoke 2. Rotherham versus Swansea. Well, I think Rotherham will be relegated. Anyway, I've tipped them to go down, one of the teams to go down. Last time Rotherham were in the Championship, they were relegated. Swansea, last season I tipped them to be in the playoffs, but they didn't. They might just do it this season. They might surprise everybody and finish in the playoffs. In this one, I'm going to go for Rotherham 0, Swansea 4. Wigan versus Preston North End. Well, I've tipped Wigan to go back down, but being at the Championship, you never know. And Preston are a bit of another strange team. They might very well finish. Might have a good season, Preston. They might. I think they probably will, but they might finish mid-table. In this one, I'm going to go for Wigan 1, Preston 0 for the first match of the season. Middlesbrough versus West Bromwich Albion. Middlesbrough are another team that everybody seems to be predicting will finish in the playoffs. And as for Albion, well, we were at the start of last season in the top 2, but of course we fell away at the start of the year and we finished 10th. I don't think Albion will be finishing the playoffs somehow. I can't see us, because of the manager, Steve Bruce, and the players we've got. I don't know. I've never heard of the players we've got, but we'll see. Anyway, in this one, I'm going to go for Middlesbrough to win. Middlesbrough 2, Albion 0. Sunderland versus Coventry City. Well, Sunderland are back in the Championship after winning promotion from League One last season. I think Sunderland have been away from the Championship for 4 years. And of course, Coventry City surprised everybody last season, the season they had. I'm going to tip Sunderland to just survive, to just avoid relegation. And Coventry, well, I don't think Coventry will have a good season like they did last season. They'll probably finish mid-table. Anyway, here's my prediction. Sunderland 2, Coventry 1. Monday's match, Watford versus Sheffield United. Well, these are another two that's been predicted for promotion. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, because Watford have got some good players, and they might run away with the Championship this season, but you never know. Anyway, and as for Sheffield United, I wouldn't be surprised if Sheffield United don't finish in the playoffs. I've got a feeling that they'll probably finish second, Sheffield United. Well, anyway, this is the first match of the season. I'm going to go for Watford 1, Sheffield United 1. Well, that's the end of my predictions for the Championship. Like, comment and subscribe, and put in the comments where you think your team is going to finish next season. And I'll see you all again in